Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this gentle yin yoga routine. We're going to start in child's pose. You can do whichever version you prefer. If you want to target your back a little bit more, you can keep your knees together. But if you're feeling like you'd like to stretch and open up your hips, you can take your knees further apart. Now sit on your heels if you can, but if you can't, that's okay. You can place a cushion or a yoga block in underneath. Big toes are together, and then when you're ready, you can bring your forehead down towards the mat. Hands are either resting palms up next to your feet, or you can bring them in underneath your forehead for a little bit of support. We'll stay in child's pose for 2 minutes. Just gently stretching your spine, opening up your hips. Bring your awareness to your breath and notice how when you inhale, the entire body can stretch. And when you exhale, you're letting go of any tension or little bits of discomfort that might have accumulated overnight. You might take a moment to relax your jaw, soften your facial muscles, release your shoulders. If your mind has drifted away, that's okay. Just bring it back here to your breath for our last few moments in child's pose. Now we'll take our child's pose into a side stretch, so you can stay as you are, but reach your hands up towards the front of your mat. Now start to walk your hands and your head and your shoulders over towards the left side of the mat, starting to feel that opening through the right side of your rib cage. We'll take 3 full breaths here. And when you're ready, you can transition to the opposite side, opening up your left rib cage. And we'll come back to center. Using a breath in, you can start to pull yourself up so you come to all fours. And we'll find tabletop pose here by bringing our wrists directly below the shoulders and the knees directly below the hips. And from here, just press yourself away from the floor. Bring your belly button slightly towards your spine. And we'll just release child's pose with a few rounds of cat and cow. So as you inhale, point your tailbone up, drop your belly, bring your chest slightly forward and look up. Exhale to point your tailbone down, round your spine, bring your chin towards your chest and drop your head. And let's keep going, inhaling again to come up into cow pose. Exhale to round down into cat. And following the pace of your breath here, cat and cow is a really nice way to wake up your spine, also stimulating all those digestive organs for the day. And the next time that you're in center, you can pause there. Bring your hips over towards the left and then look back over your left shoulder. So once again, we're creating a stretch within the right side of the body, but you might also feel that stretch up in your neck this time as well. Take a big breath into it. And then exhaling, we'll bring the hips to the right, look back over the right shoulder, and take a nice big breath into the left side of your body. And we'll make our way back to center, and you might just sit on your heels or just on the mat for a moment. We'll just give our wrists a little bit of a break before we move into our next pose. So if you need to release the wrists, you can. If not, you can just take a quiet breath or two here. Now our next yin pose is dragon pose. So we're going to do that by coming back towards all fours, having your hands around mat with distance apart. And then you can bring your left foot forward so it's in between your hands. The back knee might slide back slightly, and you can keep your back toes tucked or the top of the foot can be on the mat. Now, if you're finding this pose a little bit inaccessible, you can place yoga blocks or books in underneath your hands. So we're just starting here for a few breaths in baby dragon. Opening up the hips and your back quad muscle. So just take a nice deep breath into whatever part of your body is asking for it the loudest. And you can stay here, or if you are being called to go a little bit deeper, you can bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand now. Have your toes pointed away from you. And then we're just settling into low flying dragon for about another minute here. Finding your breath, observing whatever thoughts are popping up, and then just practicing closing the door on those thoughts and coming back to your breath and back to your body. Now you can stay here, or if you want to take this into a twisted dragon, just to twist the spine a little bit and stimulate once again all those internal organs, you can bring your left hand up onto your left thigh, really gently pressing that left knee away from you if it allows. And then we're imagining that we're twisting our spine starting at the tailbone, working up through the middle body, up into the upper back, and then eventually up into the neck. So you might be able to look up. And we'll stay here for about 3 breaths, each inhaling, lengthening your spine, and each exhale helping you to maybe twist a little bit deeper. Whenever you're ready to come back, you can start to make your way back down. Wherever you are, we'll come into downward facing dog, so your back toes can come onto the mat. Lift your back knee up and then slowly step your left foot to the back of the mat. Head starts to sink down towards the ground, so maybe your ears are in line with your biceps. Fingers are spread nice and wide apart, and keep pressing yourself away from your hands. The more you can press, the more you can feel that stretch within your spine. Tailbone is pointed up, knees can stay bent here, and your heels are trying to press towards the ground. Getting a nice full body stretch here. Take a few big breaths in and out. And with your next exhale, you can drop both knees back down onto the mat. And we'll repeat baby dragon, this time stepping our right foot forward. Once again, the back knee might slide back slightly. And spending a breath or two here. And if you want to go that bit deeper, you can walk your right foot to the outside of your right hand, having the right toes pointed away from you. Take about 3 more breaths here, breathing all the way into the hips. And if you're coming into twisted dragon, you can now bring your right hand onto your right thigh, gently press the right knee away from you, and then start to corkscrew your entire spine, eventually looking up. We'll slowly start to reverse, making our way back into downward dog. You might take that full body stretch again, or this time you might just paddle your feet so you can stretch the backs of your legs. You can sway your hips from side to side. Just doing whatever you need to do here to release your body. And once you feel ready to do so, you can drop both knees back down onto the mat and just come to sit whatever way is most comfortable for you. We'll bring our focus up into the shoulders now by practicing eagle arms. So once you've found a nice way to sit, you can reach your left arm out in front of you. Press it away and then bring the right arm in underneath. The first option is to hold opposite shoulders. The second option, to go a little bit deeper, is to twist the arms so the palms are facing each other. Wherever you are, you can start to gently lift the elbows up. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Find your breath and notice that the deeper you can breathe here, the more of an opening you'll feel around your upper back and your shoulders. We'll stay here for 2 minutes or for however long works for you. If you need to come out earlier, of course, that is okay. You can maintain a little bit of activity in this pose, gently pressing your elbows against each other as if they're trying to come back to their correct side. Also, waiting for those invitations to go a little bit deeper, and if you do get them, you can start to lift your elbows a little bit higher, just playing one edge at a time. You're doing really good here. Just a little reminder, if any thoughts are coming in, just try your best to stop them. Focusing on your breath and all of these sensations you feel within your body. And now when you're ready to do so, you can start to unravel the arms, doing whatever you're called to do here. Maybe opening up through the chest. You could interlock your fingers behind your back and then gently press the hands up and away from you. And once you feel ready to repeat on the opposite side, we'll do that by reaching the right arm out in front, push it away, and bring the left arm underneath. Either hold opposite shoulders or take that twist into your arms. Lifting the elbows up slowly as you drop your head and just tapping into how this side of the pose feels in your body. Connecting to your breath. And once again, playing those edges, maybe going a little bit deeper. Encouraging your breath to become longer and smoother. And sitting nice and tall. We'll just be here for a few more breath cycles. And when you're ready, you can start to undo. And once again, doing whatever you feel you need here. And this time you might also interlock your fingers in front of you, press your palms away from you, and then round your upper back by dropping your head and just taking a big breath or two here. And then making your way back. We'll just release our neck together here by gently dropping the left ear over the left shoulder. And take a nice big breath or two into the right side of your neck. And now right ear can come over the right shoulder. We'll make our way back to center and look up. And then coming back to center and looking down. Come back up and look over your left shoulder. And now back to center to look over the right shoulder. Come back to center, and we'll just end by releasing our hips. So you can sit cross-legged, sitting on a cushion or a yoga block if you need to. This time the left foot is in front for me, so I'm just going to start to slowly walk the hands away. Allow the spine to round and drop the nose towards the floor. Now you don't have to force anything, just go as deep is nice for you. Feeling that stretch within the left glute and just breathing into it. Inhaling to open up the muscle and exhaling to release tension. We're here for 1 minute in total. And when you're ready, you can start to push the floor away from you, coming back up. And then switching feet, so now the right foot is in front. Walk the hands away, eventually dropping the head, rounding the spine, and just bringing all your awareness into the right glute, or to whatever part of your body is feeling this pose the most. And when you're ready to release the pose, you can come back to center. And now we'll end this morning yin yoga routine with just a few quiet breaths on the mat. So you can have your hands resting wherever feels comfortable for them, or you can bring them together at the chest. You can close your eyes or relax your gaze and then drop your chin towards your chest. Breathe in and feel your entire body breathing in. Exhale to release. And we'll repeat that a few more times. And while we're here, really honor and thank yourself for showing up this morning and doing this yin yoga practice. And thank your body for being able to get you onto the yoga mat today. And we'll take one more big breath in together. And as you exhale, you can start to slowly open up the eyes again. So thank you so much for joining me for this morning yin yoga practice. I hope you found it beneficial. If you did, please leave this video a thumbs up and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. I focus on lots of slow, stretchy, gentle yin yoga practices. So if this is what you enjoy, then I would love to practice with you again in the future. I will see you in another video soon, but until then, take good care and goodbye.